Hello guys, let's talk about the TinyCam app for Fire TV. As you can see here, I have different cameras and I have all of them here on my TV. So I have a Fire Stick, and as you can see here, this is the remote control, and I can select the cameras back there. By the way, I have a pet camera working here close to my Arlo camera. So this is our Arlo camera, and then I have here a Mubview camera, and then a Wyze camera, and a Vimtag camera. So those are different cameras. As you can see here, this is the Wyze camera. Back there I have the Wyze 2, not version 3. Here is just the box to show you that I'm using a Wyze cam. And then I have this PTZ there, the Smart PTZ indoor camera. It works with the OnVIF protocol. So it doesn't work directly with the camera integration, but works with the OnVIF protocol. I'm gonna show you in a while, right? It's a universal protocol for security cameras. This Mubview doesn't work there. I tested, it doesn't work because the other one has OnVIF, this one doesn't, okay? And then here I have the Arlo Essentials, it's working there as well. And just put it here, and also this mini G3 cam from Vimtag. Okay, all cameras working there. And let me just show a little bit of the software. So basically here I can use my remote control, and I can go camera by camera, or I can go to here to the menu. Let me just come here to the camera first. So I select every single tile, I click, and I see it on full screen. Okay, if I click here to the right, I see a second camera, third one, and the fourth one. It's basically working pretty fine with different cameras. Pretty good, right? Then I just click here to come back to the main screen, and usually the Arlo camera asks for authentication. I'm just waiting for it. Every time like you leave the software and you come back, the Arlo one asks for authentication again. Okay, here we go. Then I need to come back and add the authentication code for this Arlo camera. So Arlo is a little bit hard to deal with the software here. It happens often. So here basically I have the live view option, background mode. I can manage the camera, scan the network to find the camera in the network, and also use the TinyCam cloud to record to the cloud. And here I have the settings that have different settings here for the software, a lot of them. So it's pretty good. You can use FTP account, so you can record to an FTP server, live stream to RTMP server. Basically, I can stream to YouTube from this software. So I have the camera working here on the software. From here, I can live stream to YouTube. Okay, so I have here, you see, for example, back there, you have server name, you stream here, username and password for streaming on YouTube. You have Telegram, Messenger option, email account notification. It's a good software. You have Watchdog, the software crashes, detector settings, recording option, a lot of options here, guys. So yes, here we go, Arlo's with authentication. So basically with Arlo cameras here in the software, you need to come to your email, like I'm doing right here, and get the authentication code. Let me just enter here. Every time is a different one, so it doesn't matter if I show you here. So let me just put it here. The one is 40, 35, 88. There we go. Hit OK here, and it's going to load the camera again. It takes some time, but it loads the camera, right? So Arlo, it's this authentication method all the time. Sometimes it loads fast, sometimes it takes a while, but it's just Arlo. Well, let me just come to the other camera here. Meanwhile, I can have more tiles with different cameras. So I can have like 8 cameras. For example, I go to the next group of cameras, right? I'm just pressing here to the right side and can press to the left side. Was testing more camera, I have different cameras there. And here I can select tile by tile and come here to this camera. For example, that's the Mubview camera, the PTZ one. That's the one here, Smart PTZ indoor. So by being like a PTZ camera, I can control it. So if I come here to the remote control, I click here up, and then I see this menu. And I come here to the PTZ control, go up, and here I can control the camera using my remote. Pretty easy. Okay, works pretty fine. Okay, then I press here to come back, and I'm good to go. And I can also press here for recording, for audio, things like that. I have information here about the camera. It's the Mubview one. I have here, I didn't see this working yet. I didn't see any information here on this graph. I don't know why it's there, what's supposed to show here, or if I can see something after some time. I really don't know. Okay. And here I have presets. So if I do presets on the camera, so I can select a preset, position number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, right? Zoom and also control the video here. So it's pretty interesting. Let me see here. I have in video brightness, contrast, sharpness, and saturation. It's pretty nice. I didn't check that before. So Arlo is still there. So Arlo, guys, is always the same issues, the same hard time to make things work. It's just Arlo, right? So my honest opinion here about Arlo is that it's hard to work with these cameras. So basically, now I have the information for all the cameras. You see here, I have the name on the screen. So Mubview, Vimtag, and Wyze. Arlo again. It's gonna send me again an email every time I leave the monitor and the screen and come back. I need to do this, right? So back here to the information, I'm just show you how to manage the cameras. So basically here I have all the cameras. I can manually add the camera here on the top. When I click here, you see add a camera, and then I can select the camera and give the camera a name. And here put whatever name you want here. Let's say, I don't know, cam, just cam, just for an example here. You hit OK. Here you see the brand, so Wyze Labs. You have different brands here, a lot of them. Here I reach the end, but if you go up, you see a lot of them, right? So really, really a lot of different cameras, brands here. And if you don't have your camera here, you can use a universal protocol. OnVIF, for example, is a universal protocol. You have P2P. When you connect the Wyze camera, you log into your account, to the Wyze account. And with OnVIF, for example, you can use the universal protocol, which is for security cameras. Let me just show you here an example of what I'm talking about. This camera here is the Smart PTZ. It's from Mubview. So if I select here, here I have the camera. That's the one I was controlling, right? It's a PTZ. I can control from here. And here on the settings, you see that I have this protocol, which is OnVIF. So for OnVIF settings, you come here and you create a username and a password, and that's the one you're gonna use in the software, right? So it makes it work like this. So back here, let's say you select the OnVIF protocol here, and then you need to enter information there. Let me just cancel here, and then I can come back to the settings there so you can see one of the cameras. So here I have Arlo. When you add the camera here, after add the camera, you come here, let's say Mubview has the one, the 3 dots here. Then you click and you added the camera. And here you can change the camera's name, and there you go, have the OnVIF protocol, because this camera just works with OnVIF. Profile S is the normal profile for OnVIF. You have a lot of them, but you can use Profile S here. And then here is the camera's IP. If you know the camera's IP, you can enter here. You can get the information in the software, right, in the app. And port 80 for OnVIF, this is universal here. 8000 in this case. It finds by itself when you scan here. Protocol, you don't change it here. Basically, you're gonna change here the username and the password, okay, that I just created there on the camera. And you're good to go. For the other cameras, you're gonna use your username and a password. Let's say Arlo cameras or Wyze cameras, you use your username here and your password that you use to log in your app or in your account in the cloud. And for this camera that uses OnVIF, you put the username and password that you just created there. And you have the advanced settings here. You can select use motion detection, audio. Advanced settings here have channels, aspect ratio, image rotation, PTZ control, and a lot of stuff. So it's pretty interesting and it's pretty easy to work with this software. For this cam part, you can just come up here So I'm coming here. You see I have this thing here, then I can select, and then I can scan my network. For the first time that when you have your camera, you just connect to your network, to the same router that you have everything, right? Your cameras and your computers and your TV, of course. And then it scans, you see it goes up to 100% here and finds all of the cameras. Once it finds the camera, you just come here and you select the camera. Let's say I have this camera here, that's the on-VIF one. I told you it finds the on-VIF, you don't need to put the information there by hand. As long as it finds the camera here, you just select it and you come here to add the camera. So you have one camera added, then you come back there to the menu here. Every time I come here, okay guys, to go to the screen again, and here you go to manage cameras, and here that's the Mubview. That's the one that found with the on-VIF protocol. Okay, when I added it here, you see that's the one with the on-VIF. Of course, the first time you're gonna have a different name there. I just changed the name here, and here we go with the on-VIF protocol, and it's basically working, right? It finds the IP address, so I don't need to know the IP address. So basically it's this, you can add manually there or can scan, and you can use the camera the way you want. And every time, again, for Arlo, one more time, you need this authentication code. You receive an email here with the authentication code. Let me see if it works again. So it's just Arlo doing its stuff. And here we go, 17 and 99. There we go. Okay, again. Let's see if it loads. Sometimes it loads, sometimes it doesn't. It depends. Now you go, it's working, right? We'll have here Arlo Essentials. I have Mubview, and I have Vimtag and Wyze camera, all of the camera that I have here. So smart camera working with the on-VIF protocol. There's the Mubview I can control from the TV. The Mini G3 cam, Vimtag again, the Arlo one, and Wyze, but back there I'm using Wyze and Wyze 2, no Wyze 3, right? Working pretty fine. So here's the Tinycam Pro. If you want to install in your TV or Fire Stick, you just need to go to the Amazon App Store and install from there, okay? And if you get the Pro version, of course, there is a cost for that. So I hope this helps. Please subscribe to this channel, leave your thumbs up in your comments, and I see you in the next one.